Hello, Maddie here. Today we have a See Todd, by Todd, Unbox Todd, Live Todd. Next. And who else do we have with us today except West Coast Avengers?
With Matty Mullen and them Comics.
Yeah, brother.
Well, you know, brother, when you're unboxing the Todd, brother, you always gotta have a West Coast Avenger.
You gotta have them.
If we talk like that the entire time, this would either be the best or worst stream
Worst.
ever. No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it right now. Worst.
God damn it. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do then.
Blue tape, brother. Never leave home without it.
How are you doing today, Maddie?
I'm doing all right, Davey. You know, got a newborn at home, not sleeping that much. Just made it across town in the busy, mean streets of Providence, Rhode Island to make it to my comic book space. And I'm happy to be here with you.
Well, I'm happy to be here with you and Todd and all the 47,000 people watching.
I know. Great to see everybody. Tyler Davis.
Tyler!
And Johnny. We've got Johnny in the house. What's going on, Johnny?
I can't. I was on the, there we go. I was on the private chat, which doesn't exist. By the way, see Todd, frame Todd.
Nice. Love Todd, live Todd. You know, I think I recently picked up like I think it's like a Dutch ASM 316 that's coming in the mail soon. I'm kind of excited to pick that up.
Nice. Well, you know, we had a discussion. I'm over the foreign variants for Todd.
I understand that. I mean, in my mind, the brand spanking new foil stuff is kind of a horse of a different color than like the sort of OG or more legit form.
Sure. The OG stuff's interesting. And, you know, if I ever saw it in person, I would, well, buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you see it, you buy it.
Yeah. I'm not just the president. I'm a member.
I'm also a client.
What else? Oh, you know what I got recently, which I don't even think I told you. I got a Hulk 340 newsstand.
Woo! Don't see that every day.
No, you don't. It's in the other room. I could bring it, but it's another time.
I believe you.
Yeah.
We can all imagine in our mind's eye what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a copy you're going to keep or sell?
It's on my shelf in my room. It's a keeper.
Woo!
Congrats. It actually took the place of my ASM 129.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When you say take the place, speak on that.
Physically. Well, I traded my ASM 129 for something that will be revealed next week. I just shot a video about it. You know what it is, but I have a shelf in my room that just has like the books that I want to look at every day. And it's the, it's all my graded books that I want to look at every day. So it's FF 48, 49, FF 6, which came from you.
Yes.
Batman 251, and now Hulk 349 newsstand.
Beautiful. So those display pieces, do they represent like a finite amount of PC books for you, or do you allow yourself more spots than just what you can see?
I'm actually going to be getting another shelf because there's there's books that I want to display for me to look at every day when I wake up. So
you're going to need a bigger shelf.
Exactly. And hopefully that shelf doesn't eat me, but we'll see what happens.
Good luck with that.
So let's get to Todd.
Ooh, yes. So let me tell you a little bit, folks, watchers. Thanks for joining. We have here a 16-book submission. Just got back today from Certified Guarantee Company.
I have another name for them, but okay.
And the fun thing is, I have trouble sometimes with the discipline of waiting to find out grades on these things. So as is the case with me, I did not have the discipline to wait. I do know what these grades are, But because it is a signed submission and it's Todd, and there are a couple of other gray areas, there are going to be some surprises in here. We just want to, it's exciting to see how the signatures present. Is he going to sign his name in beautiful completion? Is he going to give us a T McFarlane? Is he going to give us a Tord McFarlane?
So full disclosure on my part, I know 3 out of the 4 of my grades. One of them is the gray area of one of our spawns came back 9.6, one came back a 9.8.
Yep.
But I'm excited to see where he signed, because I honestly don't know where he signed these books. I know you cut a window, but we'll see.
Sorry,
I'm excited.
I'm floating in the air now because I just realized I just put my laptop on top of a bunch of cards that were possible 10 grades that I was going to submit to PSA or CGC, but now they're probably
7
laptop sandwich grades. So, you do what you can, people. We're not perfect around here. They're probably fine, but
Pobody's nerfect.
Pobody's nerfect. Right. So you have how many books in this submission, Davey?
4.
4. I have 4. And then I've invited some other folks. Johnny has a couple, who's here in the room. I don't know if anybody else is. Shout out if you're here, guys, if you're watching, to check out how your books came out. But I'm going to use this super cool retractable plastic box cutter that my buddy Eddie left in the space.
Yeah. How is Eddie doing?
Eddie's doing all right. Eddie, shout out to Bravo Collections on Instagram. Eddie Bravo been helping out in the space, especially in the lean times when I'm not able to be here very much because of baby time and all.
By the way, if you're watching this, please hit that like button. Matty will be back, and I'm happy to say whenever it is, it's gonna be a big doubleheader, Davey Matty sale, and we're gonna come out swinging.
We will, and it might be sooner than you think. We'll talk, Davey. We'll talk.
Okay.
But I have we have an in-law coming to help out next week, possibly for 2 weeks, so could allow some flexibility for me to sell some books, if you know what I mean. Itchy to get back in the saddle, guys.
Tyler, you can pretend one of my books are your books. How about that?
And all right, it's sort of like a adopt a book situation.
Yeah. He's a big Toddfather fan, so you can pretend.
We can pretend. We'll play along. All right. So I guess we'll just get started going front to back here.
All right.
Insert joke there. All right. So first up, we have a Spawn 221.
Oh, I know that cover. That's the homage to, is it AF-15 or is it the homage to Batman 423?
This is AF-15 homage.
Okay.
And this is one of mine. So I don't need to. So basically, we're just going to reveal it because we already know it's a 9.8.
You got a 9.8.
Thank you, Davey. That is the official Rututu 9.8 dance, coined by West Coast Dave. And you got to do that every time you get a 9.8, guys.
Yes.
You got to do the Rutu dance.
Man, that's such a beauty. That's such a beauty.
So that is a nice looking sig. It's a T, but I like how it's sort of he did it kind of with the contours of the Spawn's body.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
That's good.
So I'm into it. This is the first one. That's a good looking signature. What do you think, Dave?
I love it. Look, here I'm going to go into a tiny little rant.
Please, okay. Let's milk this.
I've gotten Todd's autograph in person, I don't know, 4 or 5 separate times in my life. And I never, ever gave a shit if that autograph said Todd or T. There was never a point where I said, man, that's weird that you don't sign your full name for me. And like people were complaining, and I'm not going to single anybody out because I would. The whole community was complaining, I'm paying my money and I want my full Todd. The man signed 32,000 books.
Yeah.
You try signing your name 150 times in a row and then think about how much money it would take for you to actually want to sign that name 32,000 times and then say, well, you know what? I'm going to vary my signature a little bit.
Yeah,
So that's
I
my
feel
rant.
that. I feel that. By the way, guys, my 4 books in here will be for sale. Not because I don't want to keep them, but because I can't afford to. Got to pay those baby bills.
It's a
So
great
all
book.
these will be for sale.
That's a premium, that book, because it's a low print run and just such a perfect cover. By the way, Trip, you have a wrench in my heart right now, so let's just pretend you have one in here.
Yeah, you have an honorary wrench, just like Tyler has an honorary book in this box.
But I can definitely go on a longer rant about the what's the word that you use to describe people that think that no matter how, like if they have money, that means they get to say what they do to another human.
Entitled? Or
Entitled. Yeah, we could talk about the entitlement of people thinking that like they deserve something just because they paid money for it, even though they got something that's just as good. Anyway.
true, true, true. Um, well said. I'm gonna start from the other side of this box because I want to wait to find out who gets the 9.9 for the end of the stream, because there were 4 copies of the ASM 300 Mexican, speaking of the foreigns, 4 copies of the Mexican foil submitted, 2 of which were mine and 2 of which were my friend Jonathan JMA's. So
Right.
he and I need to. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to recognize it, to be honest.
Yeah, same with our spawns. How are you going to recognize
Well, the
which one's
spawns,
which?
didn't you have a request, Davey, for where to put the spawn, where to put the Sigon spawn?
Maybe.
I believe that Hauser, who you're competing with, requested it to go in the green little fireball.
Right. Okay, well, I'll say this.
I don't think he did that.
Hauser, I don't think so either. Um, if Hauser beats me again, I'm gonna have this is gonna be tough to swallow because he beat me once already with something else.
Wait, what was the other beating?
That was when he got the lava fire McFarlane black and white statue from our purple umbrella creep.
Oh shit. That's
Yeah,
right, Mattis Mac. We got a gem mint Todd in the house.
we
We
do.
just don't know whether I'm the beneficiary or my friend Jonathan is. Trip is saying one of my Todd books is still at CSS, but genuinely love seeing all the homies get their Todd come ups. That's what's up, Trip.
And to me, like honestly, I won't be super upset if I get the 9/6 spawn because I literally just wanted a signed Todd. Nice. I'm just
Cheers.
drinking water. I literally just wanted that custom label. It's the only
Yeah.
reason why I submitted anything to the signing was just to get the custom label for the PC.
Cool. Did you go for the spawn one or the Todd scroll one?
I went for Todd Scroll on the Mark Jewelers, and then the spawn should be on the spawn.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So this one, all right, there were actually 3 spawn ones, direct edition. The first one on the list, I'm pretty sure I'll double check everything afterwards, are my correspondence with everybody about where their signature placement was requested and all that stuff. But the first one on the list was a reholder.
Okay.
Yeah, like it came in as a 9.8 graded. So I'm pretty sure this one belongs to Johnny because he sent it in pre-graded and it's the first one on the list. This is
Johnny got a 9/8.
Johnny got a 9.8. So he sent in a already graded copy in a 9.8. He got the spawn matching custom over here, which is beautiful. And there is another T. McFarlane, gorgeous silver ink on that one.
Now, I don't want anybody to feel like they can't argue me about the entitlement part because that's what I'm here for, to argue with everybody.
Let's argue.
Yeah. In friendly
Beautiful.
way.
This looks great, Johnny. Congrats.
Johnny, even though you're a Ranger fan, I'm very happy that you got that book.
I saw an Instagram story today where someone had sent in a Stan Lee signed book to get signed by Todd as well.
Sure.
And when they sent back the book, it said signed by Stan Lee, January 24th, 2024.
So Stanley comes back to life next year.
Yeah. He
All right.
time traveled when he was regenerated. I don't know what happened. Maybe he time traveled from the past.
Right. He didn't die.
Invented.
They thought he died, but he actually just went to the future and he didn't die. Where
exactly.
He's comfortably living a a healthy 98-year-old life in 2024.
And speaking of CGC fuck ups, Johnny, you got a little boo boo here. Got a little boo boo. Don't. I don't know what that is. A dead bug or something? What is this?
I think it is. It's either that or Piece of Stan Lee is in that book.
Stan Lee time traveled into the body of a cockroach.
Is it really a book? Is it really a bug?
I mean, you tell me. Does that look like a bug?
I mean, it does to me, but it's probably a Florida beetle.
I don't know. Todd DNA?
Todd,
Is it? We're going to be able to recreate Todd in the future, but it's a dinosaur version of Todd.
That's actually a 9.8.9.8.
Yeah, yeah. Jurassic Todd. All right. Well, Johnny, let me know if you want me to send that back in for you. They will cover it. They're good for that. They will cover it when they fuck up.
Oh, there we go. Tyler's right. It's a symbiote. It
might be. It might be. We got 9 people in the room. Thanks for watching, guys. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Kev.
Honestly, like I've been at home with the baby like nonstop for the last 7 weeks, and it's been wonderful. It's been a joy, but I was like, my partner took the baby to the park, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the space, so that I was like in a mad dash to get over here to be like, because if I did it at home, then anyway.
Yeah,
it's just a pleasure to have a break with you guys here outside the house. It's wonderful.
Well, thanks for letting me invite myself.
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad you did. I don't even have the brain cells that my sleep deprived brain cells wouldn't have even registered that as an option. So
well, there we are.
Here we are. Here comes Johnny's next book. We'll give a little grade reveal for this one. We got here a Hulk 340. I pressed this for you, Johnny, I believe. Did he buy this from you?
Yes, he did. I'm pretty sure
he bought this from Dave.
I'm pretty sure he did.
And I pressed it for him, pressed and cleaned, and we got
a 9-4. And I think I sold it to Johnny around that grade, like maybe a 9.2, like a 9.2 or something like that.
Yeah, this was my I think I said 9.4 area for what my guess on it was post the press.
See,
so I'm happy with it. How you feeling, Johnny? He says, "Yup."
See, here's the thing. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to pat you on the back virtually. And, this is why you buy from us.
Enough said. Enough said. We got a good thing going here.
Hey.
We're in the right place, people. Come on. Forget about it.
A bunch of bald guys selling you comics.
But bald guys from the East Coast, some of us go to the West Coast, but we're always East Coast.
Hey.
All right? Come on. It's a very tiny violator, Chip said about the bug. Yeah. And Sabers, John is here. What's up, John? Glad you're here. John is the one we're gonna have the 9-9 showdown with.
Oh, JMA, right.
Yeah.
And if for some reason you're not following me on the YouTube, please go follow me on the YouTube. Content every week. There's Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday and sometimes on Tuesday.
We're wicked bald. We're wicked bald, John.
That's right.
Wicked bald. Johnny can say that too because he's also wicked bald.
Yeah, and he's also from your area of the neck of the woods.
Indeed, where we say wicked a lot.
And you say bubbler and pop.
Here's another one. I'm happy. This is a sort of a tooting our own horns situation here. I sold this book raw. I actually picked it up at my LCS and thought about submitting it myself. And, bills came around and I said, no, let's give someone else a shot at it. But, truth be told, it's always nerve-wracking when you sell a book like this. It's an expensive book raw.
Yeah.
I didn't even make that much on it from what I bought it for and sold it for. And I was selling it saying after the press, I believe I did some blue LED treatment too. I sold it with those as a package deal, press and clean included, to my buddy Ron is not in the room, I don't think. But I sold it to him as getting a 9.0 or better.
All right.
And if it got worse than a 9.0, I would have felt sad. But
woo! 9.2. Aru,
white pages.
Aru 9-2.
Aru 9-2. This one is a really tough book. Just hard to find in high grade, hard to find in a 9.0 or better, to be honest. Usually notorious for staple rust.
Staple rust, yeah, mine has it.
Yeah, and they do say that they would be a little forgiving with the grade on that. I believe the staples started to discolor on this, but it didn't affect the paper. So that
Okay.
it didn't migrate to the paper at all. So I felt like it did have a chance. And yeah, so that's a gorgeous piece. So congratulations to Ramlu is IGZ on Instagram with a matching custom label.
Beautiful book, beautiful everything.
Yep, and no dead bugs in this one.
Not that you can see.
No, not that I can see. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right. That was a nice signature too. T. McFarlane in silver on that one.
It looks like we're getting all T. McFarlane's.
So far, all T's. All T's. Kev says bald East Coast as well. All right. That's what's up, Kev.
We did that in unison, by the way. I don't know if you saw.
I don't know what great mind. Great bald minds.
Yep.
Like. So this one is an OG 300.
And he gets the full Todd.
A full Todd. Interesting. Not even a Tord.
No.
This one belongs to my my oldest friend, Benji Wheeler. We grew up together.
Is that the book that your name was written in?
No. He made a joke that this is I told him his grade, which is a 8.0. And I was like, he said he wanted to know the grade, and I told him, and he said, "Great upgrade from my
your
my childhood copy," which I think turned out to be like a 3.5. So he's happy.
Cool.
And a lot of people, when you send in a book to be signed, you prep what's called a window bag, where you basically create a bag and board within the bag and board with a cutout.
Yeah.
And most people on a 300 get it signed around here on the black, and he actually opted for this placement, which I think is nice.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's different. I think that there's, and look, this is not a judgment on anybody where they want to get their autograph, but it's very interesting to see the way that comic people want their signatures placed, because I was an autograph collector since I was 7. I mean, professionally worked in the sports memorabilia industry, and it's just like, all that matters is if you can see the signature. It doesn't matter where it is. But comic people are like, well, I want it right here.
Right. Well, and Todd, he's done a lot of these little viral videos during the signing, and he did he has his own opinion about it.
Sure.
His analogy is, if it's a crowded parking lot, find the parking space that's available for the signature.
And that's how I feel.
He's biased because he's the artist. He doesn't want to cover up art. He wants to put it in the negative space, which makes a lot of sense. Not to like disagree with one of the greatest comic artists of all time, but in my opinion, it's a little more nuanced. It's more like, it's just a matter of preference. Like, how do you want to integrate it into the art? Yeah.
I'm trying to think what. Well, it's different. All right. Yeah. Sound off in the comments too if you have an opinion, or if you want to tell me to shut my mouth. It won't work, but you can say it.
You could say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Until Trip with his invisible wrench kicks your ass out of here. All right. Next up, this one belongs to Rael. You know Rael?
Yeah, Dave. His name's Dave also.
Dave.
He's got one of the most foremost, actually just one of the downright coolest EC and pre-code horror collections that I ever see anybody show off. And I don't get envious of people, but there are some of the books that he owns. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that.
Yes, and he bought a piece of mine that I bought from one of my LCSs. It was a Crime Illustrated #1.
That's
which is like an oversized, kind of like a magazine, and it's great classic, pre-code. I guess it was technically on the edge of pre-code because it was like an offshoot to the magazine format, because of the code.
Yeah, yeah.
Something along those lines.
So yeah, exactly. And I was almost going to take a shot at that book, but I hesitated, and he took it. I
I
remember
think
that night.
I should have done that as an auction, to be honest. As a seller, it had so much immediate interest and
Mhm.
very little sales data. It was very subjective what it should have been priced at. So I think I priced it a little low. But I'm glad Rail got the glad Dave got the deal on that. So here is another book I pressed. To be honest, this one might have been a natural. I think I sold it to
Ooh.
him as a natural 9.8 candidate. It was just, for some reason, these Spawn books in this run, obviously it's a 316 homage.
Mhm.
First full Venom cover homage. This is Spawn number 222. He did get a
Arututu, arututu. He got a 9.8 on a Todd homage.
That's right. And he requested his SIG go down here, which I think looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks great, especially in silver. I just sold one of those the other night to either Brady or Tyler. I think it was Brady. Yeah, it was Brady.
A 222.
Yep. I got a collection this week of all Spawn. I took out what I needed for my collection, and I'm going to be selling the rest.
Very nice. So yeah, most people, tend to gravitate towards the center of the book for the
Mhm.
SIG, like some, not direct center, but somewhere kind of in that third of the book, I would say. This is a nice choice. I mean, it's definitely, this would be a Todd approved space, I think.
Sure. And for anybody not in the know, the run of 220 through I think it's like 224 are the 15 best Spawn books that exist. They are all
Mm,
homage covers, and they're just Todd being Todd to the Toddest.
there he is, folks,
There he is.
on
That's
the
right.
back of his own book. I love Todd.
Me too.
I like turtles.
I I like turtles.
I like toddles. All right, so now we're getting into the Spawns, Davey.
Ooh, the nitty gritty.
The two Spawn ones that are not Johnny's. So, okay. So, as far as we remember, Hauser's was requested to be in the green, right?
As far as we remember,
So, if you look at this one, would this be approximately the position, the position of the signature that you requested, sir?
I think so because I don't I honestly don't remember, but I think so because I remember we were talking about it. I could check my text with you and
Yeah,
then
we will confirm it later, but that
yeah.
would be our best memory. Whereas this one, pretty sure you didn't request this one.
Oh, of course I requested that one. It's a Todd McFarlane signature. No, I don't think I requested a 9.8 is what I requested.
Ah, you
Yeah,
wanted the 9A, 9A.
yeah.
No, I remember he requested purple on the green, which is a cool idea.
That is a cool idea.
And so far, I have noticed that the special requests, like basically, he'll give you a Todd if you shape your window box
To be
to be a square rather than a rectangle.
that makes
That's the
sense.
theme I'm noticing. So here are the reveals, guys. This one on your right is Hauser's. This one on your left is Davies. And the grades are
Oh. Do do. Do do. Hauser. Okay, so now Hauser owes me something because now he's shafted me twice.
Yeah, Hauser won out on this one again.
I'm furiously checking my text messages to see if I requested that.
I remember now he was saying purple on the green. And so I mean that's a good looking choice right there.
You said call me. Oh yeah, no, that is mine. The one that is the 9.6 is
I'm
definitely mine.
sorry, Davey.
I gotta go.
No, don't go.
It's all right. You know what?
Hey, but wait.
But
Okay, I thought maybe you got a cool Jurassic bug in here too, but no, it was just a little flake
damn it,
on the exterior.
I wanted the bug.
You can always, we can always talk about if it might be worth a CCS resubmission.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's gonna go on my wall. I wanted it truly for the custom label, and whatever. I could fart a 9/8 spawn out of this room right now, and it doesn't matter.
It's more about the SIG and the label.
And you know what the funny thing is? Actually, I can go get it, but the copy of Spawn 1 that I got signed myself by Todd is full signature.
Ooh.
So,
Raw.
yeah, but who cares? I got it signed myself.
It's raw and
wriggling.
All right, here is your other book, my friend.
Books.
Oh, books. Sorry. I think I told you this grade already, but we'll reveal it for everybody else. Did they note
that it's a Mark Jeweler? Are you kidding me?
They said newsstand.
Jesus Christ.
Going back.
It's going back.
You got Todd. Look, newsstand edition. Bullshit. These people are fucking hacks.
They are hacks. It's a 301 Mark Jewelers. It's out of my Mark Jeweler collection, and I'm so excited to have a signed copy of this book. In a
9/0 white Mark Jeweler, not noted as a Mark Jeweler. I can even see the jeweler insert along the top edge.
Of course you can, because it's a Mark Jeweler.
Yep.
Ay.
These people. All right, we'll get that back for you, Davey.
What's wrong with that company?
Okay. Like, seriously, you don't check the centerfold of your book that you're grading? Like,
especially when it's written on there, like you're like, it's a Mark Jeweler.
Okay, now these two books, I'll do these two at once for you. These were books you bought from me at my auction. We already know the grades. I told you that they were natural, meaning I didn't need to press them, which is true, because they both got 9/8. I did say that they were natural, possible 9/9s or 10s, which honestly, like, they looked like it to me. They were really, I don't know, just flawless looking. So I did think that with a sort of cardstock type cover like this, brand new book, they had a shot, but they didn't get there. I apologize, my friend.
Guess we'll have to send them back and say those are 10s.
Yeah, give me a motherfucking 10. So here you got a nice red T. McFarlane on the top. Beautiful.
Nice.
This is, by the way, Batman 423 Spectral Comics Special Edition. And then you got, here's the black and white trade dress with the blue. You got a full Todd.
Full Todd. Aru-do-do. They're both 9/8s. Todd 9/8.
Todd 9/8. Full Todd sig.
Looks like Bishopism. His 300 is back in their hands for mechanical error, because they'd rather. I mean, it's like every company in this goddamn country. Ship it out. Who cares if it's wrong? We'll eat the cost.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Just rather ask for forgiveness and just push them through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. All right. Next up. So that was those were yours, Davey. At least you got 3 out of 4 9/8s and pretty good looking SIGs.
Got 2 out of 4 9/8s.
2 out of 4. 9/0 and 9/6. At least the ones that I sold you came 9/8. That's all I care about.
Fair enough.
Just kidding. Okay, here are I already showed you my 221 at the top of the show. Here's one. I sent this in. I just sort of was reaching for things I had on hand that had to do with Todd that were good candidates for 9/8 and somewhat rare. Like, Spawn 221 is a pretty low print book. This is a Matt DeMasi Shattered variant that he did for the facsimile for Spider-Man 1. And these are pretty low print and kind of like expensive raw books. So I sort of thought this would be I didn't think you'd get a lot of these at the signing. So I decided to take a shot, and I got a 9/8. And I like that white.
Oh, it's a white? It looks silver to me, but I can't tell.
Yeah. It's it could be silver, but it kind of appears more more white. I think he probably chose white because of the silver background.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Looks good. I'm into it.
It's a roux.
It's a roux. Do?
Do.
There we go. We got there.
And Derek's 9694 came back a 9-0. Yeah, that. I think it's never going to happen because corporate greed. Because this is not a Todd greed thing. This is corporate greed. If CGC were to have cut off the orders and maybe like said, "Hey, we'll do a signing, another one in 6 months," and done like 10,000 books, I think a lot of books would not have. I think it would have just been handled better if they had cut it off. 32,000 comics is a lot.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Dave, do you remember the cutoff for this event? Like what date roughly it was by chance?
November 27th or November, something like that. Something like before Thanksgiving.
I'm looking for my my reference photos for these next 4. The final 4 we're going to show are the ASM 300 foils. And the question is going to be who gets the 9.9? Okay. And this is going to be a tough one. John is watching, I think. And I know that I have photo evidence of whose copies are whose. But we may just have to do a follow-up, or maybe we'll figure it out. Oh, here we go. Got it. I found him. Okay, so check it out, Dave. So you can see, like, I made these photos to show, like, distinguishing characteristics of JMA copy 1.
Right.
And then I show, like, a distinguishing feature of JMA copy 2.
What is that? Like a blemish?
Basically, like, let me see. What am I actually looking at here?
By the way, John says everyone should ask Slabs and Paper about his thoughts on the signing. Oh my God, I don't know if we have enough bleeps and censor buttons to ask him.
Yeah, Slabs and Paper has become. He's my friend Mike. He's become basically like he's become radicalized against grading in general. Like he's converted his entire collection into raw. Does not own, I don't think, any graded books anymore.
I don't blame him, except for the fact that I feel like Golden Age and most Silver Age needs to be slabbed.
Yeah. I think he tends towards more of the copper, copper modern type.
Sure.
Basically kind of a Todd heavy collection.
But I'll say this, if CGC were to offer $25 SIGs for Todd without the slabs, I would have gotten everything signed and nothing slabbed.
Interesting. I'm a slabbing whore, essentially. I don't mind.
I'm just a whore.
Yeah. I know that about you. Oh, so here's like an example. Like Jonathan's first copy had this weird kind of like manufacturing.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Almost like you can see a little band on the across the numbers.
Sure.
Anyway, without further ado, I'm basically going to show. How am I going to reveal this? Essentially, all right, I'm taking them out of the plastic. We got a 9.8.
McFarlane Darnage.
We got a 9.8. Those are sort of identical SIGs.
So you could just be like, all right, one's mine, one's yours.
Right. Although, yeah, we'll try to match them up all the same. Okay, now we have this one is signed above the circle in 9.8.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the 3 9.8s. The question is, can I identify
the 10, the
9.9 mint? Can I identify this as one of Jonathan's copies based on I'm all nervous because the difference here is about $1,000. I'm thinking like
What the good idea would be is that you just one room, a broomstick, and whoever walks out gets the 99.
right. Danny says everyone collects different. I don't collect newsstand. Never want a barcode on my covers. I get that. Before the whole newsstand kind of craze happened, it was definitely debatable to me. Like you think you would just want the cool art in the box and not have a barcode there.
Well, actually, everything post 301, I'd rather have the direct anyway because Todd did the corner box,
Exactly.
so I don't disagree. I mean, I understand why newsstand is sought after, and I get it. Do I have a preference on non Todd books? No, not at all.
Yeah. So bear with me, guys. You talk amongst yourselves while I try to determine if this one is one of
All right. So
Jonathan's.
while we see if Maddie's gonna commit public fraud, we are we're I want to remind everybody that's watching right now on Sunday, my little show Sunday Sit Down, we're going to be doing the first ever book club discussion on Todd McFarlane's Torment, which is the first 5 issues of Todd's Spider-Man run. I actually read it this morning. I'll be reading it one more time before the show, but so please join and come prepared with questions or discussion topics. I know I'm going to have at least one guest on the visual side of it, maybe more than one. And it's what I want to do. I want everybody to everybody to have a place to come where we could talk about comics, where it has nothing to do with selling them or buying them. I don't do any selling on Sunday Sit Down, just talking, and showing, showing and telling and saying, you will read this or I will never love you.
But all of Davies' programs are must-see TV, guys. From his selling on, West Coast Wednesdays to his sit downs and talking on West Coast Sundays, sit down Sundays. He's a fount of comic knowledge. He's a barrel of laughs. You got to check it out, guys. If you're not already following West Coast Dave, please do so.
And read a comic book, for gosh darn its sake.
Yes.
Tyler, by the way, alternatively, if you want to read Torment quick, I think you can get a trial subscription to Marvel Unlimited and just go on your laptop, your phone, or your iPad and read the first 5 Todd books and then cancel it.
There's an idea.
Yeah. I trust Maddie regardless. Yeah.
He says he trusts me regardless. He has $1,000 worth of my books. That's true. I am submitting 40 books for Jonathan right now. So, true story.
Well, I know one of them that you worked on. Should be yeah.
Yeah, I haven't worked up the nerve to work on his really big book yet.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. He's got a 129 that he's going for a bump from a 9.4. And I just haven't had enough time to commit to the workflow of my pressing and cleaning here to feel confident. It's the kind of book where I want to have a full day here, clean a couple other books in this particular method I'm trying to clean, and then do his book. But I don't want to get the settings wrong for anyway. I don't want to be in a rush either. So we're just taking our time on his 129.
Sure.
So John, help me out here. Do you remember if you requested one of the SIGs to be above the circle? Because there's only one of them with the SIG above the circle. Bear with us, guys. We got to work this out because this is. We'll work it out regardless, but it's good TV to figure it out on TV.
And Kev, I know exactly what you're doing, and I'm excited to talk about that. And he's not talking about Doom as in Doctor Doom. He's talking about the beginning of the 5 issues Torment. There's the onomatopoeia that keeps repeating in the book is doom, 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 doom. Anyway.
Nice. Okay, so John says he had no requests. I'm pretty sure I went for one of them as sort of a variation. I decided to try 2 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So I think that this 9.8 is mine. Let's start there. Now, the problem is I can't find the distinguishing things I'm pointing out in these photos. I can't necessarily find them on these copies. Let me see.
You might need to be under direct light.
Yes, I might.
The more you know. You done
Give me a
learned. We're giving him a second. All right, y'all. So while Maddie is trying to figure out what a picture is and what a comic book is, but yeah, so I'm okay with my grades. I'm happy with the Batman, and those are actually going to both be for sale. Going to be keeping the Mark Jewelers once now I have to send it back again because CGC stands for crappy guarantee. No, wait. CGC. Yeah, crappy guarantee comics. No. So they guarantee you that they're going to be crappy when they come back to you. And so yeah, and then the Spawn 9.8 or 9.8 that I don't have will be a 9.6 on my wall. That's okay. You know, you can't be perfect at everything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've determined that this 9.8 is Jonathan's because I've got this little band of you know, like a little printer stripe is on this copy. Give me one more sec.
Oh, Rael is in the house and says, "Awesome that they that he got the 9.8, that we got the 9.8, and really love the SIG placement." I couldn't agree more.
Awesome. Did you request that SIG placement, or was that my wonderful taste that I put it there, Rael?
See, I just have copies of this everywhere.
Okay, so we do have this one is confirmed, Jonathan. I'm going to put it over here for JMA, and I'm trying to determine. I'm trying to see if this 9.8 can be determined as yours, Jonathan. For Jonathan, not that I want you to fail, but I want to win. I don't want you to fail. I just want to win. That's all.
So there you heard it. You heard it first there, folks. Maddie doesn't want to lose ever.
I don't want to lose.
A big thanks to anybody or who the one person was that wasn't following me on YouTube is now following me. Unfortunately, my brain works like this. I know how many followers I have at all times, and I hate that. But I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm a numbers person in that way. You know, I like puzzles. So like when numbers, yeah, anyway. Did you watch the second episode of Last of Us yet?
I haven't yet because my girlfriend and I are watching Yellowstone, and we're like completely captivated in that, and we have very few precious hours to watch TV.
Sure.
And we're catching up on that already into season 5.
I've been to Yellowstone twice. I've never watched Yellowstone, but I do want to watch the Harrison Ford prequel.
Oh yeah, me too. I think that's 1923.
Sure. Whatever year it is. It's a year.
It's a year.
Yeah, it's a year. But I'm almost done with Ozark.
I love Ozark.
I finally decided to watch the final season. I mean, I like Ozark too, but it's Breaking Bad Junior.
Yeah, it's Breaking Bad with money instead of drugs.
Yeah, or drug money, actually.
Yeah, I guess it is drugs still, but it's not like creating the drugs.
Sure. No, I mean, not to insult anybody's intelligence, but Breaking Bad was a far more intelligent show than Ozark.
All right, so Jonathan, I think the 9.9 is mine. I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to double confirm this, but I think I've definitely confirmed that one of the 9.8s is yours, and the 9.9 does not have an issue on the bottom right corner that one of your copies had. So the bottom right corner of this 9.8 appears to be a match for the bottom right corner of your copy number 2. And luckily, you know, Jonathan and I are friends, and there is trust to the point where I would never like switch out our copies
Of course.
prior to the submission. I merely wanted to take distinguishing photograph. All of these copies had like little flaws on them, but I wanted to take distinguishing photographs of the flaws on Jonathan's copies so that we would know what to do in this kind of a situation.
And I mean, yeah, you would never do that. You didn't swap out my Mark Jewelers for newsstand, and that's why it says newsstand. You would never do that.
No, I just took out the insert because I just really like. I
Oh,
wanted to buy a
okay.
ring for my girl, for my
There
best
we
girl.
go. There we go.
So
But that
I thought
it's
that's what those were for. No,
yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it was for. He trusts
Jonathan
you.
says,
Bring 10 with on my other.
yeah, exactly. Like John has, I think, at least like 12 different Mexican foils. Not of only this issue, but like he's into the foils. So a lot of the things I'm submitting for him, I bet he's gonna get a 9/9 or a 10.
Aru. What? Well, if we didn't do a 9/9 dance, which would go like this: a roo, a do, a double roo do, a roo do do, a 9 fucking 9, and that's it. I'll never remember that because of nine, 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 2 9s is a 9, 9, 9, 9. If you turn it upside down and add another one, it's a 6, 6, 6.
Oh, beast.
All right.
Well,
Well,
folks, either I or Jonathan will have a 9/9 for sale shortly. I believe I looked into it. There were 6 of these that came back 9/9 from the signing.
wow.
Um, and 1,000 of these were printed originally, 6 9/9s and 2 10s. But yeah, looks like
Now,
we
if you
got
were
one.
to average those together, it would come out to be a 9.910,478 to the ninth power.
Average grade.
9.9.7.7.
There you go.
Oops.
Oopsie. All right, Jonathan, we'll do some more detailed forensics on these after we get off the live stream. I'll take it into different lighting and stuff and figure it out for good. But
Yeah, and then you'll call house.
congratulations, Jonathan, whether you got the 2 9/8s or a 9/9. I'm pretty sure you got the 2 9/8s, but we'll double confirm.
And and to Hauser, I'm coming after you, buddy.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, how many times can you screw me over? So
Well, guys, that was a fun submission. Watch it back on the replay. Please like, share, subscribe. Give West Coast Dave Vendors a follow as well. That's that guy over there. And it's been fun having you, Dave.
yeah, Maddie, thanks for inviting me. And everybody, don't forget to subscribe to Maddie, subscribe to me. I know you don't like me, but you love me. Should we play
Bye,
out my
everybody.
should we play out my
And
theme?
say again.
Should we play out my theme song to end the show?
If you can do it, sure. But guys, also if you just found me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram as well at Comic Sales. That's where I do most of my biz. I do weekly auctions there when I'm not currently having children, which I currently am doing right now. But very shortly, I will be back on Instagram, possibly with that guy selling the funny books. So stay tuned, turn your notifications on, and you'll see me over there shortly.
It's in there.
Bye, everybody.
West Coast Avengers. West Coast Avengers.
Ah! Ah!
Bye.
We're still live.
Yeah.